are now listening to KMRO FM, aka Kamurocho Radio. It is a Yakuza podcast hosted by myself, Argyle, and with me as always is Jordan.
You brought a little bit of the Soldier Boy flavor to the intro this week. You!
I did.
Hi, everybody.
I guess I did.
We're back. We're back with more.
It's only been 2 weeks.
Yakuza
Wow,
fun.
can you believe that?
Yeah, we're like
three episodes in a row. We're on like a bi-weekly sort of schedule thing.
It's pretty nice.
Maybe this will work out, but maybe it won't.
Maybe we'll finish Yakuza 4 sometime eventually. Maybe we'll play all the games. Who knows? We'll see.
We'll see.
How have you been, Argyle?
Pretty good. As you know, less than 2 weeks ago, I beat Endwalker in Final Fantasy XIV.
I know. You are now caught up. And now
not really. I still have an MSQ to do.
You got
patch quests to do. I can't even do my expert roulette yet.
I saw a friend of the show, Dan, is fully caught up, which means that Dan has now passed me in Final Fantasy XIV. I have not finished the current patch.
Oh, you haven't done 6.3? Wow.
I've started it. I know.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping to get caught up within the next week or so. But I've done the raids. Those are a lot of fun. Endwalker, of course. Stellar. Loved it.
You have the platform. You know, our podcast is our space. So what are your favorite Endwalker spoilers for our listeners? What's your favorite? Like, what was the most surprising moment? Was it the part where and that's basically what happened in Endwalker. So sorry if you were planning on playing it. I guess this segues nicely into Sega. I was still working on. We're how many years into this podcast and I still haven't finalized a name or jingle for this segment. But this is Clap Sega. It's the part where we talk about video games that are not Yakuza. I've been playing Legend of Zegend, Tears for Fears.
I'm the only person on the planet that's not playing that right now.
Wrong. I know multiple people who haven't played it.
I know. But I'm replaying Breath of the Wild instead.
Is it maybe it'll make you feel better if I tell you that the game is really bad and not fun, and everybody who plays it sucks. So maybe that'll make you feel better. Now, can you take your headphones off for a second?
Okay, yeah, just a second. Yeah, I took them off.
Okay. All right, they're off. Okay, it's really fucking good. I really like it. It's pretty cool. I still don't know fully if I would rather have another Zelda game than this one, but I mean, at least it's fun. Okay, Argyle, you can put your headphones on. How do I get to him? Oh no, Argyle, I'm done.
Joking. I'm back. Hello.
Oh no, he's listening the whole time.
I was listening the whole time.
You're not missing out. But I will say one thing I have been enjoying, which is I really like that the game gives you the freedom to stick the Koroks in little doodads and contraptions. And
I am aware of that, yes.
Fling them to the heavens.
I am trying to keep myself mostly in the dark, but sometimes I can't resist just seeing a contraption.
A Korok nailed to the cross, because that seems to be the main thing Korok. That seems to be the main thing. I mean, I'll just say it, try to keep you in the dark, but I will say that my favorite thing I've done to a Korok is I just put it on a little skateboard and rolled it down a mountain, and that worked.
Okay.
It did get it to its destination, nice. But
that seems downright pleasant compared to what some people are doing to these Koroks.
Yeah, I'm definitely not putting him in the Iron Maiden.
Yeah, you're not making a spinning barbecue grill for them to.
That one was fucking crazy. Yeah,
or like a Mickey's Dick Smasher-esque machine for them to get crushed between.
The Korok puts his or her dick in the machine, and the two cars ram it at top speed.
Two F-150s.
Did we talk about Jedi Survivor? Did we talk about that?
No, we didn't, because I wasn't. Well, maybe
we didn't talk.
I don't think we did. That was 2 weeks ago. I guess that was 2 weeks ago. That was the game 2 weeks ago. Now Zelda is.
Yeah, it was good. I can't remember if I talked about Jedi Survivor on this podcast. I really liked it. I don't know if I liked it more than Jedi Fallen Order, but I was really excited with the way the game ends. It definitely seems like we're going to get maybe one more Jedi game.
That would be nice.
Which is, I think it'll be a trilogy. That's my prediction.
Okay. Yeah, that is the Star Wars thing to do.
And but it was really bad to see Cal Kestis with a man bun. I didn't like that. I didn't care to see that.
Well, you don't have to do that though.
You don't have to do it, but like
you can give him the handlebar mustache and the mullet, and have him doing fucking nunchuck moves with his lightsaber.
When you unlock the new hairstyles, when you press start, it'll show you your most recent cosmetics. So you can't be spared from mullet and handlebar mustache Cal Kestis, the one that looks like he's going to the NASCAR.
That's the best one. I never get tired of seeing that Cal Kestis.
I kept him classic. Like I kept him classic Kestis. I just left him as it is. I think it's the classic
Archie Andrews look.
I will give him a 0 out of 10 ponchos. I played the whole game, not a poncho in sight. Disgusting. No ponchos. Pervert.
Can you customize his clothing, or is it just?
Like... Oh, you can dress him up in all kinds of. It's just no
ponchos.
No ponchos, and you can also like make BD1 look like shit if you want. Which is great. A new innovation, is that you can embarrass the droid. And I did see one more thing before we start talking about Yakuza. I saw someone use the extensive lightsaber customization to give him like a Barbie style, like pink and white lightsaber that looked really good. So,
Or were the blades white or were the blades pink? What are we talking about?
Oh, I actually don't know. I don't think they showed what I'm assuming the blades are pink. That just seems, sensible.
But the handles are just
by the way, are you Team Barbie or are you Team Oppenheimer?
Probably Team Barbie.
I'm hoping for the team up movie coming, 2024 or 25.
Yeah.
I think much like Animal Crossing and Doom, like a match made in heaven, two great tastes that taste great together. I think Barbie joining the Manhattan Project would be a good movie, and it would be a new field for Barbie. I don't think she's done atomic science.
She's probably done it at some point. Those things have existed for a long time.
The Barbie Alamo, not Alamo. What's it? What is it?
Los Alamos.
What's the fucking Los Alamos? The Barbie Los Alamos
nuclear
test bunker. Yeah. Just like, it would be one of those toys. Have you ever seen like the toy, the like Radium Lab toy from the 19 whatevers that was immediately banned? Anyway, the point is Barbie with her own sample of radium in her little bunker. Great merchandising potential. We should talk
just
about
kind of a generic scientist Barbie with blue hair and presumably pronouns too.
I was gonna say, I don't remember blue hair for Barbie, but maybe they gave her pronouns.
No, they give her everything these days. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to give her like a Marilyn Monroe with 2 guns tattoo one of these days. Nice. Disgusting, shameful. Barbie's going to go woke. It's going to be very sad. Argyle, let's talk about Yakuza, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think? This is Yakuza 4, Chapter 10, The Mastermind.
The Perpetrator.
This is the one where Tanimura sits down and he sits across from Katsuragi, and they have a little game board in between them, and they have to guess what their little code is.
Put some little pegs in the holes. And
I suck at that game.
Yeah, I was never very good at it. Speaking of Tanimura, I actually watched the Ace Attorney movie. Yeah,
I was going to ask about this
with his actor. Very good, very fun movie. I quite enjoyed it. Obviously we mentioned last episode, the guy who plays Phoenix in that movie was the original Tanimura. He does quite a good job. I liked it a lot. I would recommend checking it out if you're like an Ace Attorney fan, or even if you're not. It's just kind of a fun movie.
That's a Takeshi Miike joint, right?
That is a Takeshi Miike joint.
One of his many.
It is a lot better and more coherent than the Yakuza movie.
I was gonna say his second best piece next to the Yakuza movie, I'm sure. And I do think it's kind of funny now that I think about it.
Third behind the Diamond is Unbreakable movie.
Oh my god. That Tanimura does wear a blue jacket, maybe as an intentional nod to Phoenix, right? Maybe.
I think the movie came out after Yakuza 4.
Then maybe Phoenix Wright wears a blue suit as a nod, as a sort of a tip of the hat to Tanimura. You ever think about that? We begin our chapter in Homeland, the Chinese restaurant. Tanimura is there with Lily, who we know is actually Yasuko. Yeah,
he keeps saying Lily, but I feel like that even is just you forgetting her name is actually Yasuko.
No, it's just what we ever remember her name as from Akiyama's chapter. Or is it possible that those are two different people?
Have we seen Yasuko and Lily in the same room? No.
That's going to be the really cool part. I mean, one thing that this series loves doing is secret twins. So
yeah.
Is it possible? Just saying.
They're just sitting down and having some tea, and Tanimura is like, "Hey, look, don't worry. I know I'm a cop, but I'm not going to arrest you. I'm not with homicide.
I'm a cop, but I'm a really bad cop.
I'm a really bad cop. And also, like I said, you're a murderer, and I'm not with homicide, so it's not my department."
I really like the idea,
and I don't have any evidence either, so who cares?
I really like the idea that, like, if you murdered someone in front of a whatever, what is this thing, like public safety?
Community safety.
Community safety. If you just like walked up to Tanimura and shot a person right in front of him, he'd be like, "I don't know, it's not my jurisdiction."
Well, I mean, if you did it in front of him, he might have an obligation to arrest you. But if you're just, on suspicion of murder, he didn't see it, they're just investigating it, he has nothing to do with that.
If I murder a person who is causing the community to be less safe, he would just say thank you and leave. So he's kind of asking very nicely to Yasuko, not as a police officer, but as a son of a dead father, because apparently, I think we talked about this last week, before the last person that Tanimura's dad met with before he was murdered was Yasuko.
Or that's who he was going to meet.
Yeah, he was going to meet her before he died. And which is what we find out, I believe. Yasuko tells him that they were going to meet, but he never showed up.
They were going to meet at a cafe. Bet you can't guess which one, in Kamurocho.
Was it like they were going to meet there right next to Kiryu and Oda.
Oda doing the business meeting, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to see her waiting in the background if you look closely. I know that's 3 years before, but let's just...
Come on, yeah.
Let's just go with the joke.
Bear with me, folks. But he called and rescheduled the meeting to, like, later that day. But while he was rescheduling it, he said to her over the phone that the hit, he suspected that it was a setup, and that even though her brother, Saejima, pulled the trigger on those guys, he wasn't the killer. He was not the perpetrator. Which...
that makes no fucking sense, but okay.
Makes no fucking sense.
Go off.
Go on, yeah. And he thinks that the hit is part of, like, a much larger plot.
Yeah, he says it's not just like a clan dispute. It's like something... It's some kind of Yakuza conspiracy. Maybe a politician could sit us down and explain it to us in the National Diet Building.
Maybe, but that won't be happening.
In a 4-part cutscene. No, they'll just walk around and talk about it this time.
And Tanimura is like, okay, yeah, that kind of lines up. Because, that tracks. Like, I always, he thought that the murder was done by the Tojo or the Uenosewa, but it never really kind of lined up in his head, like, even though he's told himself that, because the murder of his father, that is, because the police didn't really they didn't crack down on one of their own members being killed, right? Like, a cop was killed and they just kind of swept it under the rug.
Usually when a police officer dies, it's a big to-do, but for some reason Tanimura's dad was murdered and they just kind of brushed it off.
Yeah, they just classified it as an accident, just filed it away. So he's like, okay.
And then Tanimura starts pushing Yasuko on a much less comfortable subject matter, which is, hey, have you been killing Uenosewa guys? And can you please explain why? Which
I thought you weren't with homicide. Why are you asking about this, buddy?
Yasuko is very open with giving the details of these murders to a police officer, which, but she
doesn't really have... She's in kind of a bad position right now.
Fair enough. She explains that she got a call from Katsuragi saying, either give me 100 million yen or kill somebody.
Or kill, like, Shibata family members.
And in exchange, he will save Saejima.
And also, she throws in a little detail here that Katsuragi didn't initially contact her himself. It was somebody who claimed to be a detective from Tokyo who then linked her up with it was Date, and he said, "Hey, Miss Saejima, I can link you up with a guy in the Uenosewa clan who can really alleviate you of help get your brother out of prison off of death row. And all you gotta do is give me 100 million yen, and also him.
Because what we find out is that Katsuragi has evidence of Saijin innocence, so he offered basically to testify in exchange for either killing people or 100 million yen.
Mm-hmm.
Or porque no los dos? Why not both? Which, by the way, I do kind of dig this, only in the sense that, like, I know that Yasuko is very desperate to save her brother, but maybe if my brother was in death row, I mean, when he finally gets arrested for all of his crimes,
for threatening Barack Obama that one time.
Mm-hmm. After maybe when the Secret Service finally finds him and puts him on death row, maybe I will kill people to help elicit a testimony. I don't know, and I'm not a lawyer. Well,
you know, if you need like some money, you know, so that you can maybe get out of doing the murders, you know, you put up a GoFundMe. I'm sure we've got lots of friends who'd be able to willing to chip in. I don't know if we could quite muster up $1 million, but you know, we could get you part of the way there.
I'm just saying that a man offering testimony on a 25-year-old cold case, or not even a closed case about a murder, I don't know if that would really get Saijima off the hook. My point being, I think Yasuko is very desperate and also maybe not thinking very rationally about this agreement.
No.
But my brother has never been on death row, so I don't know how I would feel if I did.
Yeah.
If that did happen.
Yeah, and when she killed all these people, she didn't really know that they were Shibata family. But now that she does, she kind of suspects that it, you know, he was using it to silence anybody who knew the truth about what happened back in, was it 84, 86?
85, I think.
85? Whatever. Whenever it was. Back in the 80s, the truth about the hit, you know, that Shibata and Katsuragi worked together to do this.
Right. So then Tanimura basically starts putting it all together. Shibata and Katsuragi were in on the hit. They planned it together. And then after Shibata, started using the knowledge to blackmail Katsuragi, he had his man Arai kill Shibata, which we just saw. And Tanimura is very clear to him that there's more to this case than meets the eye. Something bigger is going on. And they just don't really understand what it is, or also why is Arai connected? Like, what is their connection?
Yeah, kind of the central mystery is to what end, or like they know that there's some greater force that is driving this, but they don't know what exactly it is or why. But right now, he just needs to like get in contact with Katsuragi to try and get some more information out of him. And he intends to use Yasuko as bait to do that, and the 100 million yen that she has as well. And he promises that he's not selling her out. He says he's going to keep her safe. He's just going to tell Katsuragi where she is, which, you know, what could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? She agrees to help you. She gives you a key to the car that has the 100 mil in it.
Can I say for a moment that if I was Yasuko and I locked 100 million yen in a briefcase and then just left it in a car, I would be fucking shitting myself every minute that I did not have my eyes on that money. Like, imagine the one lucky car thief, or like the one lucky guy who breaks into the trunk and just finds a suit. Like, I would have that suitcase handcuffed to me at all times. That's too much money.
Yeah, unfortunately, Yasuko, it turns out you had one of those models of Kia where you can just stick a USB stick into it, and you can just drive it off like that. So some teenagers broke into it and just took the 100 mil car.
Somebody was on their way to film a taping of the show Deal or No Deal and bumped into Yasuko, and they swapped suitcases.
Oh, she got the $1 case. No,
she opens it up and gives it to and then you know, the person's like, "I'll open case 9," and then they open it up and there's 100 million yen in it.
Yeah, not even just a placard that says 100 million.
No. Maybe that's what Tanimura will give to Katsuragi. He's like, "Here, take this." And then he opens it up and it says 100 million yen.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she's entrusting you with the money because she's not even going to be in town soon to do any of this shit. So it doesn't matter to her. She's going to Okinawa because Sajima's going to get executed like very soon, like tomorrow.
Right.
She was able to get this out of a prison guard when he was transferred to Okinawa Penitentiary number 2, who's just, a nice guy. Like, hey, don't worry, babe. Your brother's going to be executed in a couple days. So you can go visit him.
Finally.
She had tried visiting him at like whatever Tokyo Penitentiary he'd been held at every single day for the last 25 years, but they never let her in. She never got to see him.
I really like when she's just like, I hate everybody. I hate the Yakuza. I hate the police. I hate everybody. I just want to see my brother.
Yeah, I hope all of you fucking die. If you can just get me in contact with my brother, then I guess you're okay. Even though you're a cop. Fuck.
Yeah. Then she kicks him under the table. So, yeah, and yes.
She doesn't know that Saitama is in Kamurocho right now.
Just to make sure it's clear, she did go every single day to the prison to try to visit her brother for the last 25 years. Yeah. Of which she didn't age a day.
Right up until the day that he was transferred.
So now we have to go to the parking lot, one of the new locations in Kamurocho, to go find the money in the trunk, which entails just like looking into random trunks, and then sometimes the guy will be like, hey, what are you doing with my car? And then you gotta beat him up. And then sometimes it'll, and then eventually. Well,
before we get to that, you walk out of Homeland and you hear someone speaking Tagalog. And there's a woman talking to a police officer outside.
Oh yeah, forgot about this part.
Yeah. Although for some reason I noticed this when I was watching the video. Her name is Nair. Her lip flaps move whenever the policeman is supposed to be talking. Like whenever his text box is on screen, her lip flaps are moving.
This is just
a weird little bug, but
I've talked about this before. This game is a little bit of a mess, just a little bit.
It's fine. It's just something goofy I noticed. So Tanimura can speak to Tagalog, obviously. So he steps in and helps this police officer interpret. And it turns out that Nair is a detective, and she's in Japan looking for a Filipino criminal who fled here to Kamurocho. And she needs your help with the investigation because she does not have authority to make arrests in Japan. Like, they're allowed to investigate her and her squad, but they can't actually arrest anyone. She brings you back to their rendezvous point, and Tanimura is like, I don't want to, but fuck. If I don't help you, then I'll just get if I don't help you now, I'll just get ordered to by the chief later, so I guess I'll do it. Shit.
I also appreciate, in true Yakuza fashion, where none of the cops look like cops, that Nair is wearing like a midriff bearing tight sweater and a leather jacket and I mean, she's kind of like Yagami a little bit, like a sexual Yagami. I mean, Yagami's already incredibly sexual, but yeah, not a particularly cop-esque outfit, but she'll show Tanimura how to kick ass slightly better than he. I mean, he really needs it. Is the thing.
He does need it.
He needs that edge in combat. Because let me tell you, folks, no spoilers, but the last boss fight that Tanimura has is a real doozy.
Yeah, we'll get to it. So Tanimura notices he's like, hey, you're not like carrying guns or anything. Well, so like, what do you do to defend yourself? You don't have a gun like me, which I only use in my taunts.
Yeah, you don't have a gun to fire straight up in the air.
Yeah, to make them build up a minuscule amount of heat.
It's like LA Noire. You just gotta point the gun in the air and they go and they stop fighting.
And she says, well, we actually use our martial arts to defend ourselves. I'm very good in a fight. You might not think it, but I might not be able to beat a bunch of guys in a direct fist fight, but I'm really good at redirecting their attacks and parrying people. Tanimura says, oh, I'm the same way. That'd be great.
That's rad. Holy shit.
So they agree to like spar with each other to learn new moves and techniques, and then you will also help her with the investigation. She'll like keep you updated on how it's going. And I'll update on how this investigation goes in a later episode. But she also teaches you about revelations. This is just where you learn it from here. And that's about it with her for now.
And of course, for revelations, Tanimura, he writes the revelations down in his
his little notepad. Yeah,
he doesn't run a blog.
He doesn't make wood carvings. He just writes it down. So yeah, let's go find that car. Let's go to the parking lot.
I want to talk about a revelation while we're doing side stuff.
Oh,
There's a good one. Which is a couple in the Club Sega in Theater District, and they're playing the UFO catcher, and it's like fucks up, and it starts like grabbing wildly, and then it launches one of the toys into the air, and then it bounces into another toy, winning it.
Okay.
I really like the fact, by the way, when the claw machine starts fucking up and like pinching wildly, both in the couple are like horrified. In fact, one of them even says "Kawaii!" Like, oh god. And the options are: was that supposed to happen? He hit one toy with the other to make it fall, or maybe I should try that. What do you think the answer is, Argyle?
He hit one toy with another to make it fall.
Ding 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 ding.
Because that's actually imbue, like that is teaching you the lesson that you can use to transfer into a technique.
This teaches you essence of guillotine heel, I think it's called. Here's the text. It says, one stuffed animal was sent flying in an arc, then it hit another stuffed animal and knocked it down. If I throw one person into another with great force, I just might do damage to them both. It's a revelation. And then he draws like a fucking sketch of this incident happening, and then he's got an arrow pointing to it that says drop, and then he has another arrow pointing to it that says a heel to the head would hurt more. Which, I mean, is true.
Yeah.
Objectively speaking.
Not wrong.
He's not wrong. So, essence of guillotine heel, or guillotine heel, however you want to say it.
Pretty good move.
Pretty good. Okay, down to the parking garage. This is the part where you have to like look for the trunk. And yeah, if you look in the wrong one, I think some guys are like, "Hey, get out of my car!"
Yeah, Tanimura never actually thought to ask like where the car is in the garage,
what make and model,
like what post it's next to. They're all numbered. She could have just like told you. No, you just gotta look.
Is this her car? Does she have a
presumably
car?
She has the keys. Maybe it's like a rental or something. But like,
maybe.
Yeah. So you eventually get the 100 mil. But now the problem is, how do I get in contact with a guy from the Ueno Seiwa clan, like a high up?
It's incredibly easy.
It's actually really easy.
As it turns out. Because Tanimura walks out of the parking garage and then gets a call from an anonymous man who's like, "Hey, I hear you got the money."
Gets a call from someone who sounds like he's wearing an open bathrobe.
Mm-hmm. And a Guy Fawkes mask because he's anonymous.
Of course. No, we'll get to anonymous. That's a later game.
Oh my god, you're right. Holy shit, I forgot about that. So then you get a picture of the of like a rooftop near what we understand to be the like Yakuza rehabilitation good boy center for good Yakuza who want to be nice. But what I think of it as forever is like the Kamurocho sex castle. And it says like, meet me here overlooking the Kamurocho sex castle.
Jesus Christ.
Come alone. Bring the money. You good?
Yeah, just it thundered outside as loud as shit.
I heard that. I was like, what? I thought that was a gust of wind. That was thunder?
Oh,
damn.
Yes.
Don't get electrocuted. Tanimura goes up to the rooftops because, we got to show off those rooftops. And there is a homeless man with a bouquet of flowers, which, bad writing alert, if you ask me, that there's already an anonymous man who's known for giving homeless people big bouquets of flowers to hand out that contain information, but they just forgot about that, I guess, because this one does not work for the florist. This is a different guy.
Are you joking?
Katsuragi. Wait, is this the florist? Am I crazy?
No, this guy works.
Never mind.
For the
Cut that
florist.
Cut that out. Never mind. I was completely misread this.
Definitely works for the florist.
So he meets the guy who definitely works for the florist because he gives him a big bouquet of flowers, and then he has the fucking, "Well done, detective. I've left you all the clues. What you do next is up to you."
He's like, Kage, "Hey, you're just like you're just like your dad. You know, you're a detective just like him. Good job."
It's very funny to me. I don't understand. Like, I mean, we haven't met the florist as Tanimura. Did Tanimura did the florist transfer the call? Did he have Katsuragi on hold from his office, and he's like, "All right, listen, there's a guy who has a bunch of money and he wants to talk to you. I'm gonna send him to a rooftop and then I'll connect the call. Please hold." This holds for 30 to 45 minutes.
I mean, he hangs up. Anyways, doesn't he? I don't think he just transfers it.
Somehow, some way, the florist, for some reason, gets him in contact with Katsuragi. I really don't know why he did that. That's not his MO. Usually you have to do a fighting ring mini game for him.
Well, I think he's I stand to gain from this, so I'm just gonna do this, gratis if you can do this little detective task for me. It might be because it's implied that he has history with your dad. He used to be a cop. Maybe he's he wants to do a little favor for you. He was maybe he was pals with your dad or something. I don't know.
Maybe there's something that got lost in translation. It's maybe it's my beautiful nephew Tanimura, but they just forgot to put that in.
Wow,
it's your uncle. It's
you're
your
the spitting image. You're the spitting image of my brother.
But Tanimura's dad looks exactly like the florist, identical. Is it like Kazuma and Joji?
Yeah, they're not twins, but they do look identical.
They look exactly the fucking same. Okay, so that's canon now, I've decided. Katsuragi calls, and Tanimura just we find out later that it's all a setup, but Tanimura basically just gets everything he wants out of him immediately, and he agrees to everything that Tanimura asks for, where he's just I want to know what happened 25 years ago. I know where Yasuko is. I will prove it by giving you 100 million yen that she collected. Meet me at the Millennium Tower tomorrow, and we'll discuss. And then he's just sure.
Yeah, sure.
Got it. Love it.
I'll do it. He compliments you a lot, and he's like, "Wow, you 5 p.m. in front of the Millennium Tower. A time when there's going to be a lot of foot traffic in a
I do love every time you talk to Katsuragi in this chapter. He's just so smart. I love it.
Great OPSEC kid.
So love good. It. He's this dude. You should work for me. Wow.
I think he's really blowing smoke up your ass for when he nearly kills you,
betrays,
owns you later. But we'll get to that. For now, we're just going to go back to Homeland and rest for a bit. But also, I want to talk about a sub-story.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
This is sub-story number 8. It's called The Mixer. This is actually available last chapter, but it only becomes available once Yasuko has been kidnapped and taken to the docks, so kind of a bad time to be doing sub-stories.
What an insane thing! What is wrong with this game? Why?
Literally only it only becomes available. You can do it afterwards, obviously, but it is not available before that exact moment.
It's everything I hate about the pacing of these Yakuza games from time when it's just at its worst, where it's just do you want to go on a mixer?
Yeah, you want to go on a triple date sort of, singles date night. So yeah, you're going, you're walking towards the taxi to go to the docks to rescue Yasuko. When you notice a couple of guys panicking, they're looking around and being like, "Oh shit, where is he? Is he gonna come? Oh fuck, did he flake on us?" And they finally are like, "Well shit, we can't wait around all night. We gotta just find the first handsome guy that we see on the street and just fucking take him with us." So one of them is like, "Well, what about that guy over there?" And he points at Tanimura, and the other guy's like, he's way too handsome. We can't bring someone who's more handsome than us."
See, I was really confused because when I played this, there was a line that's he looked exactly like Phoenix Wright. but he doesn't look like Phoenix Wright. But now it makes sense.
He looks exactly like the guy from those Game Boy Advance games, Ace Attorney. You know those ones? I'm like, oh yeah. Have you played Apollo Justice? It's actually really good and kind of underrated. You should try it out. But they're like,
actually, hold on a second.
What's up?
You know who does look like Apollo? You know who does look like an Apollo Justice character is Akiyama when he's homeless. He looks exactly like Phoenix in that game.
Yeah, sure.
And he's got like a little smiley face button on his. He's
got the little Emma Sky button. That's nice. But they're like, well, shit, beggars can't be choosers. We'll just take this guy, so he can pair up with the third girl. So they approach you and they're like, hey, buddy, would you please like come on this mixer with us? There's going to be 3 girls there, but we need 3 guys to balance it out. Don't worry, we'll pay for the food, and the drinks and everything. We'll even slip you, a little extra cash to grease your palms. So like, hey, what's to lose? It's not like you're in a rush, right? You're not in a rush, are you?
I like to imagine this entire date. Tanimura's just sweating and being like, I really gotta go save Yasuko.
I really gotta go, but I need that money.
I really want that money because I'm a little parasite, man. I gotta make the money. I could bet on so many horses with this money.
I could do so much. I could play mahjong for quite a while. I could buy so many sticks and play mahjong with all that money.
I haven't been to Gandhara in a while.
Oh man,
check out some of those tapes.
So here's just a few things. So one of these guys is Yusuke. His buddy's Naoya. And the other guy, his name is Ryota, and you will be taking his place. So you are now Ryota. Okay? That's your name now. You're not Jordan, you're Ryota.
Me? Why am I doing this?
Okay,
fine. Okay.
Yeah, you're taking you're taking Ryota's place in this mixer. You, Jordan.
Okay. All right. No. My name's Ryota. See?
Yeah. I said you're not Jordan. You're Ryota.
Yeah,
so, Ryota, okay.
Yes.
One thing you need to know about this mixer, that we set the whole fucking thing up so that Yusuke could hook up with his girl he has a crush on, Akino-chan. Okay? So don't like seem too interesting or like come on to her too much or like flirt with her or anything. Just, if you can, try and set up Yusuke with her, okay?
Hey, I'm a police officer and I'm trying to go rescue a woman who's been kidnapped. May I leave, please? That's what I would do if I was in this situation. But
you wouldn't get the money if you did that.
Damn it, you're right.
No, Akino, she organized the girls' side of the mixer, and she has just like a few quirks, okay, that are really important to know about. All right, are you ready?
I've got this in my brain. Here we go.
Okay. So first up, she really hates smelly food. Okay, but she loves garlicky gyoza. So that is the one exception.
I also like garlicky gyoza.
Now she likes sweet cocktails, but she gets buzzed quick. But if you try to like get her a soft drink or something to try and level her out, she'll get really mad at you. She'll bite your head off. So don't do that. And that's about it. That's really all you need to know. The other 2 girls are Haruko-chan and Konatsu-chan. And we don't really know anything about them. So, but...
they're really mysteries.
Yeah, they're really mysteries.
They don't matter.
And Naoya, he's just here to play wingman to Yusuke. So, like, you're free to come on to either one of them if you want to, Ryota. Okay? So, hey, well, what's to lose? There's just one girl that's off limits. It's fine. So, Akino arrives and takes you all to the restaurant. The other girls are already waiting there. Yusuke is being very, very awkward around Akino. He's got this crush on her, had it for a long time. And Naoya is really going above and beyond, like laying on the charm to keep this guy from just fucking drowning. All the girls are like, "Damn, hey Ryota, how are you still single you're so handsome like that?" You must. I
was falsely accused of possessing cocaine, and it kind of made my life difficult.
Okay, yeah, they say something along those lines. They're like, "Wow, you must be like a creepy murderer or something in secret, right?" Ha 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 ha.
You must be a crooked cop or something, huh?
Mm-hmm. Never.
Can you please take your AirPods out while we're having this mixer? By the way, I like to imagine he's just like sitting there,
listening
like
to the horse races.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Daddy special bag. Come on. I've got a lot of money riding on you. Fuck yeah.
Come on.
Come on, Grandma's shoes. Come on, Grandma's shoes.
Come on, Master Chief's green boots. Come on, Master Chief's green boots. Akino and Haruko are quite nice. Konatsu is also nice, but she's really quiet. She's kind of shy. Yusuke is being really bitchy at Naoya. It's kind of weirding everyone out. Now
the vibes of this double date are toxic and terrible. They're really bad.
Now is like really trying to salvage the vibes. Ryota, you're just kind of playing along, and Yusuke is ruining it. Really,
he's just like. And by the way, let me tell you what I think about vaccines. Oh Jesus.
So we get to dinner. We get to, it's time to order the food. Do you recommend anything to eat, Ryota? Do you have any recommendations?
I was thinking. Well, I don't want Akino to like me, right? So I would definitely recommend something very smelly.
Okay.
That would kind of keep her away.
Okay. Well, you're thinking along the right lines, right? You don't want to. One of your options is ordering gyoza.
You don't want to
order the gyoza.
Garlicky gyoza.
But the alternative is you hand it off to Yusuke, and he orders and he recommends like what food you order, and he says like, let's order gyoza, right? So him and Akino have this thing in common, right? Yeah. Even better. So everybody eats the nice gyoza, and now he starts to tell a story about Yusuke. And Yusuke's like, I know what this is. Stop it, Naoya. No, stop. But everybody's like, come on, don't be such a fucking bitch about it. Just let him tell the story. The story is that Yusuke got a love letter left on his desk from a coworker, right? Mm-hmm. And he's such a gentleman, Yusuke. He hand wrote a response letter, even though he wasn't into this woman. But he wanted it to be perfect, as he just kept messing up over and over again. And now you had to go out and get him more paper, and that's really saying something, because Yusuke works at a printing company, so he's got access to lots of paper, right?
He just went through like 42 reams of white printer paper trying to write these.
He got fired from his job using all the paper that they have at the printing company writing this. Is how this ends, but. And it wasn't, it wasn't just a simple rejection. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm not into you. He went so far as to say, I'm interested in someone else. And now you says this at the table. And Yusuke's like, whoa, fuck, no, you can't, no, stop it, stop.
So I was out picking up Yusuke's anti-crabs cream. And he's just such a gentleman about it.
I was out going to the repair shop to pick up Yusuke's binoculars that he uses to peep on Akino, and she's like in the bathroom.
So I go outside and I see Yusuke burying something large in the backyard. Just such a strong upper body he has. He's so good at digging really deep holes.
Yeah, wow. You should see him with his shirt off, man. Like muscles rippling. Oh my god.
Then that really cool tattoo on his back. Wow.
Yusuke tries to change subjects off of this, but Konatsu interrupts, and she's like, "Oh, that's very nice of you to do. You let her down easy, and you even went so far as to write a note. Like, it was very nice. It was very sincere." I'm just gonna skip over this next note. It's just something weird that Tanimura said. By which I mean Ryota said. By which I mean you said.
I did not say anything weird. I've been very good at this.
But you're Ryota. You said this.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to know what the thing that you said?
I would like to know what I said before people use it to character assassinate me on this podcast. Sorry, I have the sub story pulled up. Is it the thing about girls are so masculine nowadays? Yes, is he like watching Joe Rogan or something? And he's just like, man, he's just at this date and he's like, man, anyone else think women shouldn't be allowed to vote? Am I the only one? And they're just like, Jesus.
Yeah, you're supposed to make yourself look unappealing, Akino. I think you're going a little too far. You don't have to make yourself unappealing. Just, don't come on to her.
Isn't it fucked up that people are always taking like antidepressants? Isn't that so messed up? I think it's terrible.
A lot of people take melatonin these days to get to sleep. That's so fucked up. You shouldn't need all that. I take all natural oils and minerals into my skin
just
to go to sleep.
Tanimura's like, here, let me show you a picture of myself. And he shows the picture. He's like in a bathtub and he's bright red and the bathtub is full of ice. And he's just got like the roundest head in the world. Okay, how's the date going?
Like a fucking tomato. At this point, everybody's had a few drinks. Where everybody's getting a little buzzed. So, unfortunately, Yusuke makes a fatal mistake.
Uh-oh.
He's like, maybe you should slow down, Akino.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Things are about to fly off the handle.
They're never supposed to do that.
Things are going to go really, really bad. Ryota, this is your time to step in. You gotta help, man. Do you suggest to drink? You just, leap in to save Yusuke. What do you suggest? Oolong tea or cocktails?
Oh, definitely not cocktails. But if I recommend soft drinks, she goes absolutely apeshit. Do I want that? Do I want that? I guess I gotta recommend cocktails. I guess I have to make everything worse.
You recommend the cocktails. That's what you go for. And you say, Yusuke, you go get some more drinks for all of us. Right? So he's getting the more drinks for Akino. So he looks good. So it all turns out all right in the end.
Nothing makes you look better than throwing more alcohol onto an already pretty perilous mixer event.
Yeah.
When people are already really pissed off at each other and everybody's mad and nobody's having a good time, and then you're just like, now he's
having a good time because he's like, fuck it, I have a girlfriend at home, I'm fine.
Naya's the fucking Joker here. He is just an agent of chaos. I really think he's a saboteur here.
I think he's doing his best.
I think maybe he has an irredeemable friend, and he knows it's never going to work out.
He's trying to fix Yusuke, but I don't think it's going to work out now. Yeah, you got to just dump him. So everybody ends up outside the restaurant, where, mind you, if you are doing this in the last chapter when it is first available, the urgent music is now playing again in the background. You can hear it. And so Akino is a little buzzed. But she shouldn't be going home on her own. So you can suggest that Yusuke take her home, right? Yeah. So they sure. They get maybe a little bit of alone time before they go home. Actually, Akino doesn't even want to go home. She's like, oh, well, the night's still young. Let's go out and, have some fun. So they don't even go home. They just leave and go do whatever they want.
Let's go. Do you want to go for the ride of your life? Play some Super Hang-On?
Yeah, play some Super Hang-On. Maybe some Space Harrier. So, yeah, they walk off. The other girls walk off. And it's just you and Nalia. And Nalia's like, all right, hey, good job out there, buddy. Good job, Ryota. By which I mean you, here, Jordan.
Take a body binding.
Here's 50,000 yen for your trouble.
50,000 yen?
50,000 yen, baby.
What does Naoya do for work?
He says that he's like a layabout. He says he's underemployed right now, so he doesn't have a really stable job. But I think he lives with his girlfriend or something.
This man's a drug dealer.
He's real chill about it, though. He's like, oh, don't worry. I know it's a lot of money. I'm just gonna get Yusuke to pay me back later. Don't worry about it. So that's the end of that sub-story. That's the mixer.
I just made a lot of money. My boss Shibata just gave me money to kidnap this woman just now.
Yeah.
Okay. So back at Homeland, the next day, it's time to go meet.
Katsuragi.
Man whose name Katsuragi. That's right. I forgot his name for a second.
In front of the Millennium
Tower. He's here. I really love this part where he's like, I bet you didn't notice me. That means that I've done my work because I'm not in any files. Hell yeah. Ha ha ha. Let's go. And then
you probably saw me in the crowd, but you didn't recognize me. I'd been sitting here before you even got here.
Tanimura says, let's go for a walk. Because the animators can't be bothered to like animate this scene. So we'll just have them like do a walk cycle for the whole thing. And that'll make it really easy to animate because it's like a 5-minute conversation, and what are we supposed to have them do that whole time? So this was actually something I really noticed when I played this game the first time, is just how weird this cutscene is, where they're having this really important, like, informative conversation for the plot, but it's in that middle ground of cutscenes. It's not like the fully animated, like well lit, well shot cutscene. It's just 5 minutes or whatever of Tanimura and Katsuragi doing their walk animation through the streets as NPCs are like wandering around.
Yeah, any cutscene where they still have like the like random NPCs, not like, you know, it's not fully animated. Yeah. So like you get the NPCs that like walk up to like the edge of the bubble of where they're supposed to be for, you know, where they can be for the cutscene, and then they like halt and like turn around and disappear.
It's very strange. It's a very weird cutscene. I know this game was made with a pretty short turnaround between 3 and 5. It was like, I think it was like a year or two after, but you can definitely show that there's some corner cutting here. So Katsuragi reveals, first of all, he says he had nothing to do with Tanimura's dad's murder, but he does say that he was in league with Shibata to help plan the attack.
Yeah.
But yeah, he says you're wrong. He says you're wrong about your dad. I had nothing to do with that. But I was behind the hit, and he said I knew that he knew everything. He knew that Saejima was going to do the hit. He knew Saejima would be alone. And then Tanimura's like, wait, but weren't you one of the victims? And he's like, yeah, about that.
Yeah,
I had taken precautions to make sure I didn't die.
Don't worry about it. I was prepared. And he's not even worried about telling you all this information, right?
No,
it's past the statute of limitations, and he wouldn't even say it in court if you managed to get him in there.
I don't know what crime he would be convicted of, knowing what he did, but well, actually I do. But anyways, he's like, "Did you wear a bulletproof vest?" And he's like, "Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Something like that." We then do see. I forgot about this in the cutscene with the hit. That you actually, Katsuragi is the guy who he's like the second to last killed. He throws himself in front.
He dies on top of
the boss, and he's like, "No, anything but the boss. No, don't kill the boss."
Yeah.
Yeah. And he used this, whatever the hit, the hit with the boss's death and all that to just absolutely climb the ranks overnight. He went from like nobody to a lieutenant. And
he's basically in charge of the Uno Seiwa now.
At age 22, he did this, by the way.
Yeah.
He was a baby.
Yeah, like this was, him and Shibata were, pretty young at the time, and they figured the only way they were going to get, climb the ladder within a reasonable span of time was, to really upset things, to really shake things up.
Two boys. These are two boys on that grind set.
Yeah,
this is how you get shit done. You orchestrate a hit, survive it somehow, and then you get a woman to kill the other guy's men for blackmailing you. That's it. He's a real Sigma male. This guy. He's a Sigma male, yeah, and Shibata is a real beta.
Yes. So Taigi Tanimura, that is,
Taigi Tanimura. Tiger is his full name, but his friends called him Taigi.
Yeah, and that is Tanimura's dad had discovered that Katsuragi and Shibata were behind the hit, but that wasn't really why he was killed. It was more that he was onto something like a lot bigger. He discovered that like there was like corruption in the top brass of the police.
Corruption in the Kamurocho PD? No.
Whoa.
No way. And the police staged a cover up. And the real killer, who, This conversation is especially funny in the context of we saw Saejima kill every single person in that ramen shop. Mm-hmm. And people who know the plot of this game understand. And when we learn what happened, believe me, I will be angry about it for, maybe 2 hours total. But Katsuragi is insisting that Saejima is not the real killer and that he's simply the fall guy of the 18 murders we saw him commit. And the police covered up what really happened. When Tanimura says, "What do you mean the real killer?" Katsuragi says, "He may have been the trigger man, but he wasn't the real killer." And then I say, "Well, we know that he was just the trigger man. We know, we knew that he was doing this hit at the behest of his boss, but apparently that's not what Katsuragi means, because something much stupider is at play here.
Something much dumber is at play." But in any case, the police covered up who did the real killing, and they just set Saejima up to take the fall. Because he also
just can't get over it, Argyle. We saw him do the killing.
We saw him do the killing.
We saw him shoot people in the face. He did the killing.
We'll get to
it. He did it. He just didn't. That's like, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm sure there's like conspiracy to commit murder or some other crime. But Saejima went there.
But that wouldn't get him put on death row for 1,000,000 years.
He killed 18 people. We saw him do it.
Didn't. We just said that he didn't.
He's not the real killer. He just walked in and he pointed his gun, and then 18 people died when he did it. But he's not the real killer.
We'll find out why that didn't happen.
We'll find out. I know. Yeah, really cool. It's great. We love it.
So that still leaves to Tanimura the real information that he's after, which is who killed his dad. That's what he wants. And he wants to hand over the 100 mil to kind of bargain for Yasuko. But Katsuragi's like, nah, man, it's too late for either of you. Sorry.
This is when the cutscene becomes a real cutscene.
Yes.
So you know that shit's about to happen.
So at this point, they've made it to Theater Square, the busiest part of the town. Lots of wide open spaces, tons of people walking through it at all times of day. We get to the cutscene; it's empty. Nobody's there.
It's pretty cool. I do love when this happens. Which, by the way, you can't impress me, Katsuragi, by clearing out Theater Square when not 2 chapters ago, Majima created like the Macy's Day Parade of Yakuza with like 9,000 guys.
Yeah, there were 9 million guys doing a can line down the streets of Kamurocho for you and Saejima.
Like I don't know what Katsuragi thinks he's doing, but it's not cool. Anyway, he's like, it's too late. It's too late for Yasuko. And for you, I'm going to kill you both, and then I will win, and also I have the money. Mm-hmm. And then a small, maybe like, I don't know, 15 to 20 dudes show up.
Yeah.
And then he says the most insane thing that when I played this game the first time, I was screaming at my television, where he goes, by the way, Tanimura, the person who really did the killings, the cutscene where you watched him do the killings.
Who really killed those 18 men? I did.
It was me. I know you saw the cutscene, but believe me, something much stupider is at play. I promise. Goodbye. Me. People really like the story of this game for some reason.
Also, I've arranged for Zhao and his little daughter to be taken care of as well. Goodbye. I won't tell you anything about your dad. Goodbye.
It's nice when the character who's very conveniently labeled as the villain shows up and does evil things, because at this point we weren't really sure. There was kind of like a really interesting interplay, lots of factions, and there was we learned there's like a conspiracy, but now the big mustache twirling evil man has showed up and he's being evil at us. So that's cool. It's convenient for me. It's long battle time as we fight our way. Oh wait, no, it's not, because before that can happen,
yes.
Much like one of the funniest cutscenes. Remember when Tachibana drove his funny sports car to save
through
Kiryu?
Kuze's gang, yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is the police officer whose name Sugiuchi drives his car through the crowd of Yakuza with his police, and he says, "Okay, go save your friends.
All you punks, you're under arrest. Except for the ones that Tanimura has to fight to get to Homeland."
Which, by the way, speaking of jurisdiction, this is a homicide detective, and no homicide has taken place. So I don't even know what. There's no rules anymore here. Argyle is chaos.
No more rules.
Chaos in Kamurocho.
Just arrest anyone as a homicide cop? Come on. So Tanimura is the long battle time. He's got another one. This time
he's got a briefcase.
He's got a briefcase full of 100 million yen that he's also
that's
carrying
gonna
around.
hurt.
That's gotta hurt.
It's like one of those big metal briefcases too. That he has like special combat animations.
Yeah, that's the Seto Kaiba 25th anniversary special steel briefcase you can get for $500.
He's like that. Have you ever seen the guy who created like the largest Yu-Gi-Oh deck that could be legally used in tournaments and like carry like 3 guys that need to carry it? That's what Tanimura is fighting with right now.
So yeah, you have the case, and it you can't get rid of it.
Packs a pretty
so you just whack guys with it. Yeah, no.
I think this might actually be Tanimura at his strongest because he doesn't have any busted animations that kind of lock him in before the boss.
At least until one of the goons steals it, and you have to do a chase battle after him to get it.
It's like I'm imagining it's like the Mario. It's like the baby Mario mechanic in Yoshi's Island. If you drop the briefcase,
it's like when Klepto steals your hat in Mario 64. Right. You take more damage with the hat off.
Tanimura just starts crying, and you have to get the case back in 10 seconds, or you lose. But yeah, somebody does take the briefcase, which jokes on them. It's only got the number 100 million in it. But you do have to chase him down in the chasing mini game.
Yeah, and then when you're done chasing him down, you have to run from a bunch of goons.
You have to do the reverse chasing minigame.
And you make it to Homeland, and you give the briefcase to a little kid, and you're like, get this money to Homeland.
Get yourself something nice, kid. Yeah. Don't spend it all on Pokemon cards, child. This is all more money than you'll ever have in your entire life.
And you beat up some last goons, and kind of stumble your way into Homeland. A little worse for wear, but in one piece. And Chief Hisai is waiting there for you.
Oh, it's the guy who's like, now listen, Tanimura.
The little glasses cock from the last.
I know you're crooked as fuck, Tanimura, but
don't go out to play mahjong on duty today, please. Just once. And he says, "Yeah, sure, old man. Whatever you say."
That's the end of the chapter.
That's the end of that chapter.
The one that really stuck in my brain all these years. Just that fucking cutscene of just walking around. Maybe other people weren't bothered by it, but it really rubbed me the wrong way. And of course,
I didn't really have a huge problem with it. It's a Yakuza game.
And of course, the reveal that despite what we've seen with our eyes,
Saejima did not kill all those people.
Saejima did not kill 18 people, even though he did. But okay, whatever. I need to not be mad about this now because I'm going to be losing my goddamn mind in a couple weeks. So that's that. Let's see.
We do have one question. Oh, I thought it was a pretty good chapter. Like I'm actually decently enjoying Tanimura's part so far. Like I think the noir elements are really starting to come together.
I think Tanimura's section is definitely where the story kind of comes into its own.
Yeah.
Like most of Saejima and Akiyama is kind of setting things up, and then the last 5 chapters of the game are where things
are starting to be like kind of revealed. Like we set up the dominoes, and now things are starting to fall into place.
And I do give this game a lot of hate, but I do think at the end of the day the actual conspiracy itself is pretty interesting. And now we know the police corruption isn't on it, so that's kind of cool. That's new for the games. We have a great question this week from friend of the show, Dan, at Bigger Challenges on Twitter. I only say that because I know it and because Dan is a friend. He says, in order to become the #1 ranked rated podcast on iTunes, you must first defeat the 4 kings of podcasting. Who are they, and what are their titles?
Okay, the 4 heavenly kings of podcasting. Yeah,
the 4 heavenly kings. Okay, I think Joe Rogan obviously is in there. He's like the dumbass king. He's like the misinformation king. He's like the health king. I don't know. I don't really know what he just talks about all kinds of things. And then I think
you kind of defeat him by like. You just like tell him, your views on the world, and then he's like, "Okay, I believe that now." And he'll believe that for as long as he's allied with you, and as long as you keep him away from like,
it's like
Jordan
Peterson
or something.
It's like how every in Yakuza 0, all the real estate people are like, I kill people and I sell them into like sex trafficking, and then you beat them and they go, I'm sorry, thank you, Kiryu, I'll be a good landlord now. You just like tell Joe Rogan, you like teach him about socialism or something, and he's just like, wow,
I never thought about it like that. You ever do DMT anymore?
Yeah, you have to do DMT with you, Joe Rogan, and then you just become friends with him and he listens to you, and then there's a mini game where you have to like, there's just like a bunch of right-wing ghouls who are trying to come to him, but you need to keep them away, otherwise he'll adopt their
you have to,
horrible views.
Yeah, you have to play like Asteroids or like Missile Command.
This kind of sounds like I'm trying to defer Joe Rogan's terrible views, the responsibility from him. That's not the case. I'm just saying he's the dumbest man in the entire world.
I think he's stupid and he believes like anything that people tell him.
He believes literally anything that people tell him.
And that's unfortunate because he has a massive platform.
I have a couple other ideas. I think the True Crime King.
Okay, but which particular true crime podcast?
Oh, God, I don't know the names of them. My Favorite Murder is that one.
My Favorite Murder is one, and that's one that I have a particular distaste for, so it could be that.
Right.
But I don't know if that's like the most popular one.
Let me just look up True Crime Podcast on Google and see what like.
I think the number one will probably be literally the True Crime Podcast. I think that's one of them. I think that's a pretty popular one. I would like to nominate The Daily with Michael Barbaro, the like New York Times podcast. I don't like that guy. He's fucking detestable.
I was thinking the Lib King.
Yeah,
and
I thought he would be the Lib King. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking Pod Save America.
Okay, Pod Save America could be one. Yeah, maybe that could take the place of The Daily.
And then like Jesse Thorne.
Okay,
like the I don't know what his fucking the like Max Fun side of the podcast war. I don't know what his title is. I just know that I would like to beat him at arm wrestling.
So you always have like the four heavenly kings, but there's got to be like a guy behind them who's like orchestrating.
Oh, is Jesse Thorne like the he's like the trillionaire?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
No.
Who would that be though? Is what I'm trying to say. Like
I don't know. That's why. I mean, who's the one who's like running the show of all podcasts? I mean, this is the problem. This is where I fall behind, is that I generally don't listen to that kind of stuff because it makes me very angry and upset. So, but I mean, it's got to be like, it's like, you know how any celebrity can just make a shitty podcast and make a lot of money off of it?
Well, that's what
like,
they think.
I guess not. Yeah. It's the fucking Barack Obama podcast.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's just the politics king, and it's just Barack Obama. Actually, Barack Obama.
Yeah, it's just Barack Obama. That's it.
So wait, who do we have? So we have the
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. He's the dumbass king.
Okay.
We have
I guess My Favorite Murder. We'll leave that. Yeah. We'll leave My Favorite Murder.
I've seen one called Once Upon a Crime. That whatever the most popular true crime podcast is, it would be that, and boy, it would be fun to beat them at a game of Super Hang-On.
Does Mark Maron still do podcasts? Does he still have one? I don't know.
I guess is he like the what is he like the facts king?
Or we could do could NPR be one of them maybe? Like
it'd just be like the knowledge. It'd be like the smart boy king, the intelligence TM king, the intellect king. And then we have, I guess there's one spot left because we have the dumbass king, the lib king. Oh no, and then true crime. Those are the four kings. And then I guess Barack Obama is there. It's the secret boss of podcasting. Are you sure about that?
It's President Podcast. Yes.
Okay, sure. He is the president with a podcast. I think he has a podcast. Is the final boss?
Didn't he have a podcast with like Bruce Springsteen? Am I making?
That's what I thought. I thought he had some wild ass podcast with somebody at some point. But I don't know. That feels right. It feels right. Adam Carolla, the final boss of podcasting.
Does he have
my knowledge
podcast? I don't know what
my knowledge of podcasting is not up to date. I don't know who's like making shows anymore. And nowadays, when I think of like mainstream podcasts, I think of like Joe Rogan, and I think of like Pod Save America.
Yeah.
Next week we'll do this with something else. It'll be like It'll be like become the king of indie games, and we have to defeat Jonathan Blow.
But we don't do those. We don't make an indie game. We're podcasters.
No, I have lots of ideas for indie games, and if you have ideas for indie games, you basically are a game dev. Let's wrap this shit up. Next week we'll be talking about the third chapter in Tanimura's story, which is called, I don't know, Door to Truth. I think.
Oh fuck! I think I actually wrote it. Did I write it down? I feel like I think I did that last time. Shit! I deleted my notes. Never mind. It doesn't matter if I wrote it down or not. Who cares?
Who cares? It's called like whatever. It's called What Happened. And you can find all of our episodes on noisepace.xyz. You can find them on yakuzapod.com whenever I remember to pay for that website domain. I haven't done that in a little while. I think I got a new card, and so the payment stopped going through. Oops. You can find me on my socials are on Twitter at BradipusRex and on Tumblr at Punished Breakfast. We're also on Tumblr at Kamurocho Radio. Post the episode links there if you need a place to find them, or if you want to do us a favor and, I don't know, reblog and put us in the tags so other Yakuza lunatics can find us. That'd be cool. Argyle, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Argyle_Funk. You can also listen to my Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast. It's called Pod of Greed. That's P-O-D of Greed. We just finished the first arc of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, and we're moving on to the second arc, and it's still pretty good. Like, we're having it has like a nice level of continuity that GX didn't between arcs. It's very nice. Like, it's not just resetting the stakes. Like, we're moving on to kind of a related threat, but you know, we're kind of upping the bar a little bit.
What's the name of the 5Ds guy?
Yusei Fudo.
Yusei Fudo, and yeah. I say, what do I say?
Drinko.
Okay. This sucks.
Did you plug your shit, Jordan?
Yeah, well, I said my socials, but you can find me on the great podcast Dr. Huh. It's a podcast where me and my brother, who is awaiting his execution date in death row, we watch a randomly
for threatening
selected
the king
episode
of podcasting, Barack Obama.
For threatening. He said
that's what's at stake. That's why we need to defeat the 4 heavenly kings.
Otherwise, my brother will be executed. We watch Doctor Who, but we watch it in random order. We randomly generate one of the many episodes every time. It's a good time. Next week's episode is going to be I don't remember. I know it's a Mark Gatiss episode, and I don't like him, so that'll be fun.
Unfortunate.
But yeah, check it out. It's a great show. I like it a lot, and I like watching Doctor Who. Don't clip that, because I don't want people to think that about me. We're on the Noise Space Network. Lots of great shows on Noise Space. Recommend a couple. Fear Baiting is back. They watched Mithrigan.
Yeah.
And that'll be fun. Good to have them recording stuff again. Check out Welcome Robot about Gundam. Check out
You're gonna be on Welcome Robot, aren't you? You're one of the new hosts.
At some point, I need to figure out when that's happening.
Yeah, soonish. Yeah, you're going to be talking about War in the Pocket.
War in the Pocket with friend of the show, friend of the us, Gigalithic.
Yeah.
Last time on Doctor Huh, I shouted out We Rake Queerbait, not knowing that they're not on Noise Space. So I'm going to do it again because fuck you, Matt. I can shout out whoever I want. Check out
Fuck you, Matt GameCube.
Fuck you, Matt GameCube. I'm going to shout out whatever podcast. No, thank you. Thanks, Matt. We love your cats. But yeah, check out We Write Queer Bait. That's a podcast that we recommend. Yeah. That's it for this week. We will be back next time. Next week, we'll record another episode tomorrow.
Oh my god.
And it'll be out the next day. No, we'll be back next time with another chapter of Tanimura, named TBD. So see you then, and as always, Arga, what does Kiwami mean? I forget.
Kiwami means extreme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Take a breath, 深く吸い込んで、すべて吐き出して、弱気なうぬぼれ、小さなプライド、何もかもそっぴり日差しの空がしらけてしまうの